What if you work for a US company, have a genuine business reason to travel, and still get your American visa rejected within minutes? That is exactly what is happening to an Indian AI engineer, and his experience is now raising fresh questions about how difficult it has become for Indians to get a US business visa. The engineer recently shared his visa interview experience online after his B1 visa, which was for business visa application, was refused at the US consulate in New Delhi. Moving forward, according to his post, he works remotely from India for a US-based startup. However, his salary is processed through another company in India, so like a third-party hiring. He was invited by the company for the offsite in United States, where the senior team members were expected to discuss the product planning and other business-related goals for the next quarter. And during this interview, the visa officer asked a simple question. Questions about his job, employment, employer, travel purpose, and how long he wants to stay just on the company expenses. The officer also asked whether he was the only employee traveling from India and whether the business owned much more. Well, the engineer replied that he was an employee and not the owner, and explained that the colleagues from other countries would also attend the offsite. But within minutes later, his application was refused. He received a refusal section under 214B, the US Immigration Nationality Act, and it usually means that the visa officer was not convinced that the applicants had a strong enough ties to their home country or would return after the visit. Now, the engineer later said that he was never asked about his family, his property in India, or other personal ties that he believes would have supported his case. Now, his story quickly spread across social media and sparked a debate. Many US-based companies can sometimes raise additional questions during a visa interview during officers that would recommend the applicants would later seek long-term employment in America. Others argued that the business meetings can often held online, while making it very harder to justify your international travel. Some users also promoted out visa discussions that may depend on interviewing officers. Meanwhile, another officer may have reached different conclusions based on some of the info. The message is clear so far. For Indian professionals, especially those working remotely for the international companies, securing a US business visa is becoming more challenging than ever before. Even the genuine business travelers do not guarantee an approval. Every visa application is assessed individually according to the officer, and the final decision depends on whether the officer is satisfied that the applicant meets all the legal requirements or not. Well, as more Indians work for the global companies from India, stories like this are becoming an important reminder that a strong job offer is not alone be enough to secure a US visa.